In this video we're going to have a quick look at the WordPress dashboard and admin area. We're currently logged into a WordPress website and you can see that we're viewing the dashboard homepage. Down the left hand side you can see there's several different menu options for posts, media, pages and so on. Across the top we have the black admin bar which will follow you across the website now we're logged in. So if I click on the home button here, as in the previous video, we'll see the home page of the website. This is one of our testing websites that we'll be using throughout the video course. The black admin bar is still across the top, so let's click on the dashboard to go back to the dashboard. If you'd like to log out, top right hand corner, hover over your username and then press log out. You can also press edit profile. This will take you through to your profile. What you could do on here is change your email address, or if you need to, change the password. You can do this by set new password. WordPress will generate a secure password for you and it'll give you a rating underneath. If you want to, you can overwrite this with a new password, but as you can see it will be rating your password as you go. We'd recommend having the secure passwords by turning it green. You can do this by adding additional characters, special characters and capital letters. And you can see it's gone green and strong there. The passwords can be a bit long and tricky, so we'd always recommend using a password manager to save the passwords for you. In this case I don't want to save the changes, so I'm just going to click on the top button there. It's going to give me a warning saying you're leaving the page without saving changes. You could press cancel to stay where you are, but in this case I'm going to press leave and we're back on the website homepage. And again we can press the dashboard icon and that will jump us back to the dashboard. If in doubt or if you get lost, a quick tip is just click on there to go back to the home page and if need be back to the dashboard. What you can also do is use this to view the website in real time, navigate through it, and you can see that black bar is following us as we go through the different pages. And then if you want to, you can press the edit page button and that will jump you straight into the admin area, but in this instance you're editing that page that we're viewing. We don't want this, so I'm just going to press that to go back to the pages menu, and again press that to go back all the way to the home page of the website. You can get to the pages through the admin dashboard as well, but we tend to find it easier navigating through the public side of the site and then pressing edit page that way because you already know where the content is. If we go back to the dashboard for a second here, you can see this admin menu down the left there. This gives you access to different parts of the website, from posts, media, pages, to more settings and configuration, such as the tools and settings and so on. This black bar will change depending on the WordPress version you have and the plugins you have installed, as well as the themes and things. So this is a fairly simplistic testing site. But if we jump across a second to the Simpsons Creative one, you can see there's a lot more options there. We have additional plugins installed such as Ninja Forms, for example, which has its own settings pages here, as well as security plugins and SEO plugins and optimization ones. The takeaway here is that this will change on different websites. But if we jump back to the simple testing one for the time being, and go down the options on the left, we've got dashboard, which is where we are at the moment. Underneath this one you have home, which is the view we've got, but then you also have updates. This is where any WordPress core theme or plugin updates will be shown. If we jump to the Simpsons ones for a second, you can see there's 3 updates on this one to do. So if we click on the updates page there, you can see the 3 plugins that need updating. I'm just going to select there and then press update plugins, and this will update all 3 of the plugins on the website. Typically, if it's a website the Simpsons Creative are looking after for you, we'll go through and do these updates 1 or 2 times a week. So if you log in and you see there's an update to do, don't worry about it, we'll come through and do them for you. If you see there's an update that's there for a couple of weeks and you're concerned, by all means let us know. So you can see those updates are successfully completed, and if I click on updates again here, you can see there's no updates. Oh no, we have one more, translations. I'm just going to update translations there. Translations is a bit of a tricky one because what you'll probably find happening is once you update a plugin, there'll be updated translations for that new version of the plugin. And you can see here the plugin there had new translations available. So if we press update again here, and you can see, yep, this is all now up to date. Let's just jump back to the example site here. Next option down is posts. WordPress started as a blogging platform and has since evolved to fully fledged CMS, but at its core it still has the capabilities for blogs and news sections, for example, and this is what the posts section covers. By clicking on posts, you can see all the posts that are in the website. You've got all published. If you've got any drafts or deleted, they will appear here as well. If you have too many, you'll get page 1 of 2, page 1 of 3, so on. You can search for them in the top right hand corner here. But again, if you're going through the public side of the site, find the post that you want to edit and you can get to it easier that way. With draft post and pages, they won't appear on the front end of the website yet, so you'll need to come to this section to get to those. And again, it will show you at the top there drafts if you have any draft ones available. Once published, they'll be on the public side of the site and you can get to them that way. To add a new post, you can click on Add New here. You can also click Add New on the left hand side here, or hover over New and then go Post. WordPress is quite good at giving you multiple ways of doing the same thing, and sometimes you'll find it easier to go one way or the other, but typically you'll find a way that works for you and you'll just go back to using that method. You also have categories on the left here. If I select that at the moment, you can see there's one category called Uncategorized, and that's the default one. If you have more types of posts, so if we go onto the Simpsons one and then go Posts and Categories, you can see that we have different categories for the blog posts such as websites, marketing, downloads and so on. If you want to create a new category, you can fill in the details here and then press Add Category, and then when you're creating a blog post you can assign it a category that way. The next section down is Media. This is the media library for the website, and this is where all the images, PDFs and so on will get uploaded to. We'll cover this in more detail in a later video. The next one down is Pages. Pages is essentially the same as posts, but they cover slightly different things. Posts will be blog posts and news posts, whereas pages will be the actual pages on the website. So you can see here, for example, the About and the Services ones, they're pages, whereas the news stories would come under posts. So typically if you have services, you'll have a page for each service, and this is where they'll appear. You can add new using the button at the top here, the button down the side on the left, or again hover over New and select Page. We have a few other options in this left hand side. Comments, typically we don't tend to use them, but if you have comments enabled on your website, this is where you'll come to manage it. And then this one has responsive menu. This is a burger menu that appears on mobile devices. We also have appearance. If we select that one quickly just to show you, this is where you'll be able to enable different themes on the site. Typically you won't touch this, and if you do look at needing a new theme, definitely get in contact with us first. You also have the option of menus in here, and this lets you manage the menu on the website itself, but again we'll cover that in a later video. Next you have plugins. These are additional bits of code that you can install on your website that will let you have additional functionality. Again, unless you know what you're doing, it's probably worth leaving this alone or getting in contact for some help and advice, because a poorly created plugin can cause real problems for your website. Next you have users. This is the list of users on the website. If it's just you, that's fine. We tend to have an Alex account enabled for Simpsons Creative to use so we can log in and help. So on your website you might see that and then your user account. Underneath this we have tools and settings. You won't tend to touch these, as well as the advanced custom fields and some additional admin plugins. While we're in the overview, I'm just going to click on posts quickly and then do add new. This is giving us a blank canvas for a post. What I'm going to do quickly in the top right hand corner is I want to see some more of the standard WordPress things. So I'm just going to click View Top Toolbar, and I want to go out of full screen mode. And then if we just close it with that option there, you can see we've got our black admin bar down the left, so that we can navigate back to the pages if we want to, and as well as across the top, that black admin bar's there as well. I'm just going to go Test, and then this is some copy, and then what I can do is press Save Draft, and this has saved the draft post. So if we go back to the homepage of the website, click on the admin dashboard button and go Posts, we can see we've got all, published and draft, and you can also see it on the list here with dash draft, which you can hit Edit, and this will take us back to where we were before. Now what you can do with this, once you're happy with it, is then hit Publish. As soon as you publish it, you won't be able to have it as a draft anymore, and you'll have to update instead of publish. So if we hit Publish, it'll just have some checks for you, but we're just going to hit Publish. At the bottom it then says View Post after it's been published, and we can see the post live on the website. What I'm going to do is just hit Edit Post, and you can see we're back in the admin area, and if I just add a bit more copy there, you can see we now have update instead of publish. So if I click update, that'll update the blog post. The URL for the page can also be changed. Now to do this, if we go back to the settings and then click on post, you can see the URL section is here, and this is where you can update it. The beginning bit will depend on your global settings. It's this last little bit at the end that you'll be able to change. So if you update it and then click off and then update, that will change the URL. This is handy if you have a long title, because the URL can get rather long and you'll have the opportunity to shorten it here. If you're doing this, do it as soon as you publish the page, because if you create a page and share it and then change the URL, you may break the old one. So for example, if you've shared it on things like social media.